and how my pores are so clean and clear.
It feels odd to say, but like Blizzard's Sword-based debut kinda felt weirdly lackluster. Like nothing really grabbed me, at least on they debuted. I don't know, it felt like it was missing something, at least that part of the episode, but outside of, to be honest, the debut, everything around it was actually fucking great. Like, I love how much the show really starts to explore like Lakia's entire character, with him kind of being in this inner conflicts with himself, that he really needs to understand what he's going to do now. Like, he pretty much came to Dante and is like, hey, you make the dark traits, I'm going to execute you. And like Dante was starting to pretty much reflect about his past and what he used to do and what he's doing now, and he's looking at Shoma and he sees how much Shoma is such in a disadvantage, but he's winning. He's pretty much saying to Lakia, like, if I would have done it before, none of us would have been here in this situation. And like Lakia kind of thinks about it and he doesn't pull it off, which is like really fucking interesting. Like, how much he's this laid back character, he's an angry person, and having him kind of like rethink about what he's going to do and stop was like genuinely interesting. Again, him finally like fully choosing to team up with Shoma, protecting him. He's now kind of like in this point in his life that he kind of understands that maybe I was going the wrong path. Maybe people can change and people can grow, which works perfectly like with Hanto. And it really is interesting how much Lakia kind of takes Hanto's spot in the story with Shoma. It really is interesting, while how much Shoma didn't really do a lot in this episode, to be honest. Like, character wise, having him kind of like come out of the block that he was a really cool thing, but him still being injured, still not being well, and wanting to save people is literally the founding elements of being a Kamen Rider. How much Rider, or like specifically like Rider since maybe Forza, maybe O's, like I don't remember what's the last season that really focused on like the core element of a Kamen Rider person that has the power, that needs to protect people. It's an obligation to humanity. And having shown is like, I don't care. I care about too much about these people and this earth to actually let it just die. Again, it's brilliant. Not all writer shows did that. It took them a fucking long time. They're not focusing on it fully, but they're still doing something with it. While, like, in my opinion, like, I really like Chastika in this episode. She was really fun. We get her really trying to be the helper on, like, not only on the sound, on the outlines, trying to help Shoma to pretty much say, hey, the bitter Gavv dude is not Gavv, and they're completely different people, and trying to clear his name, but also, like, trying to help him emotionally. She gave him the sorbet. She kind of, like, came up with that idea. I was like, okay, like, ice cream from time to time when you're down, when you're not feeling that well emotionally. I'm not sure physically. If you have a tummy ache, I don't believe like eating at least like milky ice cream would be nice. I don't believe so. But like having her kind of like figuring out, okay, icy kind of like material that you can eat that is sugary can help you. And it did. And having her kind of coming in with a small like knife I don't remember what she came in. It's like a weird like object, and trying to fucking stab Peter Gavv was genuinely funny. While like her pretty much figuring out, like they're connecting the dots of her figuring out that Hanto was Valen is like genuinely funny. Cause like, oh, like she was calling, like Hanto called Amane and he said to her, hey, like Peter Gavv is here, fucking bringing Lakia and Shoma. And she's like, oh, why are you not transforming? It's like, oh, I have something else to do. Hey, how the fuck you know I can transform? It's like, yeah, fucking connected the dots. You fucking idiot. I don't know, it was great. And if I already talk about Hanto, it seems that this new bitter like Valen form is really interesting because it's a repaint of the original Valen chocolate form, but it is a lot stronger. Like the bitter chocolate Gochizos seems to have their own mind, and they are very much taking a liking to Suga's personality, and it seems that they are a lot stronger and they are a lot more kind of like giving Hanto this thought that he doesn't need like Shoma anymore. Like, why the fuck he would need Shoma? You have these new, like, more powerful Gochizos that, like, are now easier to make. Again, Suga is trying to wedge, like, the relationship, be the wedge in the relationship between Shoma and Hanto. And it is going to be kind of interesting moving forward how their relationship is going to be affected by it. Again, if we're going by build terms, I truly believe that Suga is just the evolved in this situation. It feels so much right, because I think like Neil, kind of like Utsumi in build, was built up to pretty much be a grunt, and I truly think Neil is going to be the Utsumi of the situation. I don't know what Nango and fucking Glato would be. To be honest, I don't fucking know what they're going to do with Shita. No, Jeep. Shita's dead. What they're going to do with Jeep, when they're going to come back, that will be kind of an interesting moment in the story. I truly believe that probably Jeb is not telling the entire truth, and Suga was probably there to help him. Just saying, there is this thought of like, oh, Suga might responsible for a lot more things than what we think. It is really interesting. Again, like, I am very interested how this show is kind of going to unravel, and with certain characters are now kind of doing different things in different spots. Again, Hanto kind of rises up to being way more interesting now. I did love how much I was wrong about the restaurant owner being a good granute. No, he was bad. But to be honest, his reasoning to attack Hanto were how much, like the granute and some of the granutes that kidnap humans are bad, but also it's like the first granute that Hanto killed as Valen was the restaurant owner's fucking friend, and he killed him as he's doing it for revenge. That's genuinely cool. I don't know, that's like a genuinely nice touch that I didn't expect to see. But yeah, like overall, like this show was really interesting. I am interested in how the fuck they're going to get like a new like fucking sorbet Gochizo. Does Shoma need to eat sorbets all the time to get that Gochizo? Could be interesting. The fight against Peter Gavv was fun, but the one thing I would have changed from this episode, or at least the last 2 to 3 previous episodes, I wouldn't kill the original Peter Gavv. Like, I think now with Peter Gavv getting dumped on 2 fights in a row without really winning one, it kind of killed his entire mystique. And like, in the end, like Shoma and Lakia didn't learn anything. So I'm like, to be honest, it could have been cooler, because if let's say they learned that Suga was his master, he could like literally, Hanto can be now in another way, just like, oh, Suga is his master, it's like he creates them, and like Suga tries to manipulate him, and it could be kind of relating to the Gochizos. It could be so interesting, but I don't know. I think that Peter Gavv is this show's first like real dud. It's like they shot it, nothing happened, Yeah, lucky I didn't fucking buy that bitter Gavv driver. But yeah, episode 24 of Kamen Gavv gets an A. So, let's talk forms. Let's start with, I'm going to call it like bitter Valen or just dark chocolate Valen. It's fine. To be honest, it kind of ruined Valen's like original suit, because I really liked the original suit. I was one of the few people that really said, oh yeah, the original suit is actually kind of cool looking. Now it's kind of like weird because it's mainly just the white bits, and like I wish that maybe, just maybe, they would have like colored like the brown bits slightly in a darker shade, and like color pretty much everything else in slightly of a darker shade. Like, I don't know, not a big fan of it. While like Blizzard's Obey is again a fucking masterpiece. It's weird that like when Shoma kind of changes is like undersuit, the suits become better. I don't know why, but it just works for me. I really like the color scheme. I love Revice. I think Revice's color scheme is still unmatched in Reiwa era Riders. I think like it's a really interesting, really kind of like pops out of your screen kind of color scheme, and it works. I really like that again. Each and every time they're adding capes, they're adding more regal elements to Blizzard's into Gavv's form, from like a crown now to a crown and kind of like a cape, almost like a knight or like something a lot more formal that, let's say, a king would wear to a meeting with, let's say, other kings, where like K-King was a lot more kind of like showy to the people. Here it's like showy to other government people. It's really interesting. It's weird. It really does. So, what you thought about a Kamen Gavv episode number 24? Comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please, if you liked the video, smash that like button. Also, if you haven't helped your subscribe button finally achieve its true goal of becoming a subscribed button, please smash that subscribe button. Don't forget, you're the only one that can protect forest fires. Don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.